Does that mean then that when Bristol Myers Squibb now develops a new therapeutic agent, there's one positioning for that product globally rather than being individual positionings based on individual country decisions?
Generally speaking, our intent from the outset is to develop brands with a global positioning. There is generally sufficient commonality around the world that is possible, and we've structured marketing excellence to also be very clear about what the role of the center or the headquarters group is in terms of creating that global platform and positioning, and what the role of the local market is in terms of that closeness to the customer that allows them to bring that local customer expertise to bear, but at the same time do it in a way that is consistent with the global positioning that's been set up from the outset.
Now we're 5 years after the start of the Marketing Excellence Initiative. Looking back, how would you assess the success of the initiative?
Right. Assessment is very important. The question is very important because when we set out on this, as with all corporate transformations, there was a degree of skepticism about what would all this effort, what would all this work actually yield in terms of its ability to impact performance, which at the end of the day is why you do it. As we look over the past 5 years that we've embarked on this journey, we have measured in a very rigorous way both the level of effectiveness and implementation of marketing excellence, level of adaptation of marketing excellence, just more from an internal change management point of view. And there we've seen very, very powerful uptake and endorsement and utilization of marketing. We have measured from a talent point of view our ability to retain individuals. We've also measured our ability to attract as we go out and recruit in business schools or from other companies. And marketing excellence has become, again, a very, very strong rationale and stimuli for people to be attracted to Bristol Myers Squibb if they have a genuine interest and passion for marketing. And ultimately, we've also looked at the performance of our business. And one of the things that we're proud to point to is that of all of the new product launches in the pharmaceutical industry, Bristol Myers Squibb in the last 5 years has had 3 of the top 10 performing new product launches around the world. And while a piece of that success clearly is the scientific or medical profile of a brand, there is no doubt that an important driver of that success has also been the excellence in marketing.
Okay, but Sam, looking forward, what would you say are the next steps for Bristol Myers Squibb in which, after all, is a continuing effort to strive to achieve excellence in marketing?
And one of the things we acknowledged when we started was that this would be a journey. It would take multiple years to get through the first wave of transformation. And almost as soon as we started the first wave, we quickly understood that we almost simultaneously needed to start the second wave on some things. The challenges have not only continued but intensified when one looks particularly at the role of payers, for example, around the world, and the importance of working with payers to build in value to products as they're developed. That is a customer that's increasingly important in the mix, where we've needed from a marketing point of view to really understand what is the interaction between physicians, patients, governments, and payers. And that's an example of one area where we've done much more work within marketing to embed that into the system that we had built initially.